I will become the largest real estate owner in America. I will be bigger than the institutions, and I will do it with regular people. This has never been done before scale, ever.
It's like democratizing real estate.
It's a Robin Hood correction where, like in 2008, it was regular people that lost homes. This time, it's going to be the institutions that have to turn the keys over. I'm going to destroy these guys.
You were the very first mover in this concept where you went directly via your social media platforms to investors, and you built this massive real estate portfolio by going like direct to consumer.
Because of what we're doing and because of the way we do it, we distribute cash flow every month to our investors. People love this, man.
Do you think the public is waking up to the fact that they need real assets?
They don't want to confront the scam. The best somebody's going to do is, I'm saving my money. You're not saving your money. Your money's going down in value.
Quotes I always get from you is, money is useless until it's being used.
Don't buy stuff, buy assets and own real buildings that you can control.
Talking about this upcoming crisis, because '08 was hard on you. Are you ready for this next one?
I am the danger. I'm ready to go.
I am definitely ready. I learned a lot from success. I'm like, dang, do that shit again. I don't really learn from failure like, oh wow, I screwed up. But I do learn because I picked myself up. There's nothing I'm better at than being a father.
Really?
Nothing. Everything that we've talked about right now, it all disappears the moment you mention my kids. I always make time for them. I never, ever won't take their call. If I was with Donald Trump, I would take the call. There's nobody more important to me than those kids. That's why I created my life the way I have, so that I could spend the time with the kids. I mean, it's everything, dude.
You're 65 now. How much longer are you going to do this?
The thing that drives me the most is like educating other people. When I discovered, hey, I just found this out, man. I love sharing that with people. I don't need anything back for it. When do I stop, bro? As long as somebody will listen to me, man, and I can help somebody, I'm probably going to keep doing it.
The world is changing. Inspiration is everywhere. It has never been so easy to connect, share, and bring people together. We're learning from others and finding the best in ourselves. Challenging our beliefs, sharing our vulnerability, overcoming our fears, transforming ourselves so we can transform the world. How far can we go? This is London Real. I am Brian Rose. My guest today is... This is London Real. I am Brian Rose. My guest today is Grant Cardone, the best-selling author, entrepreneur, sales guru, and motivational speaker. You are considered one of the wealthiest real estate investors in the world, with your Cardone Capital Fund now managing over $4.5 billion in assets. You were named the #1 marketing influencer to watch by Forbes magazine. You are a regular commentator on Fox News and CNBC, and you've been featured in Success Magazine, Business Insider, and the Huffington Post. You're the author of 8 books, including the New York Times bestseller, If You're Not First, You're Last, Sell or Be Sold, one of my favorites, and the 10X Rule, which has spawned the 10X movement and your massive 10X growth conference. With a following of more than 15 million people across your social platforms, you become one of the most talked about CEOs on the planet. Ultimately, you believe that America is in decline and that the only person that can fix the crippling economy, border crisis, and end the current wars is Donald Trump. Grant, welcome back to London Real.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me. And some of that is a bit taken out of context, okay?
Yeah, okay.
I didn't say Donald Trump was the only guy that could say
Okay, all right.
I don't know who said that. That wasn't me saying that. So,
All right, well, we'll jump into it and clarify.
Yeah. Also, I don't think I'm the wealthiest real estate investor in the world.
I was checking that.
I would like that to be true.
Okay.
And it will be true at some point. I mean, our goal right now is to become the largest single property owner in America, and do it with partnering with individuals, regular people, not with Wall Street.
Right, and you got over 14,000 people right now?
We have 12,440 units, 14,600 investors.
Okay.
We've raised 1.2 billion and distributed back 300 million.
Okay.
To that 1.2 billion.
And you want to become the biggest in the country?
We will become.
You will become.
I will become the largest real estate owner in America.
Okay.
I will be bigger than
BlackRock?
the institutions.
Okay. I love this.
And I will do it with regular people. This has never been done before at scale, ever.
Right. It's like democratizing real estate or real estate investment.
Institutional quality assets. These are assets that life insurance companies, a MetLife or New York Life or Lloyd's would invest in, that we buy from institutions. By the way, we're going through this unbelievable correction right now. This is the biggest correction of my lifetime.
Of real estate.
It's a Robin Hood correction where the institutions now, like in 2008, it was regular people that lost homes in America. This time, it's going to be the institutions that have to turn the keys over, and individuals can go buy these properties.
Okay, I want to drill into that. How big do you have to be bigger than BlackRock, for example?
Well, if I get to 120,000 units, okay, 10x what I have now,
Okay,
I become the largest apartment owner.
okay,
But I think that means I'm worth the business would be worth $45 billion of assets.
yeah.
I think I can go well beyond that.
And that would make you the biggest.
Oh, I think I could get, because of my audience, okay, and because of what we're doing and because of the way we do it, we distribute cash flow every month to our investors. People love this, man. I haven't even tapped into like the millionaires that are being ignored, the doctors, the chiropractors. I was on the phone with a guy yesterday, over the weekend. He's worth $12 billion. Heard my ad on CNBC or Sirius Radio, one of the channels. Might have heard it on your show. And he says, Grant, I just want to know, he's worth $12 billion. If I gave you his name, Michael.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I probably know.
Junk bonds.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Of course, Michael.
So he says, is that ad working for you? And he's like, I have an idea, Grant. I have an idea where you could raise $2 billion this year in cash and have your fund. We have 23 funds now. We would go to the marketplace with those funds. We would basically become an institution.
Okay. Wow.
With retailers basically buying in with me at that first level.
Okay. Well, Milken's the real deal. I mean, you know,
yeah, he's the real deal.
He's a legend, and he transformed industries. That's what he was known for in junk, right?
Yeah.
So, well, let's talk about this because you.
I didn't mean to jump off so heavy.
No, but this is important because you were the very first mover in this concept where you went directly via your social media platforms to investors, and you built this massive real estate portfolio by going like direct to consumer. This had never been done before.
Yeah.
You even said the guys on Wall Street are like, what the hell? How is this possible? They didn't even believe you were doing it.
Yeah.
But you did it.
They think I'm a joke, dude. They think I'm a cartoon figure.
Well, but when they look at $4.5 billion, they can't say that's a cartoon figure.
It's not a lot of money to them. Like these guys are, these are MetLife, for instance, that nobody ever talks about. They have, MetLife's probably got $890 billion of assets.
Okay.
Fidelity has $7.7 trillion. That's where I want to go.
Okay.
I want to go play in the world of teas.
All right. And change the whole model.
And change the model, right? Because rather than me sending my $200 to Fidelity, that's how they became or Charles Schwab. Charles Schwab's probably, I don't know, $2 or $3 trillion under management. What he did was he just made it very easy for people to invest. Say, send the money, we'll put it in a whatever ETF, which is basically just a garbage dump of stocks. And if people really understood the truth, like Warren Buffett's never invested in an ETF, okay? Not Bogle, the guy that created Vanguard. He never invested. He would never, ever invest in that, but he created a paper product that people could send $50 to or $100 to or $200 to, and people think, oh, I'm invested in the stock market. But you can't get the money out for 30 years. And I believe 30 years from now, taxes will be double what they are today. So why would I want my money taxed twice when I retire? So what we did, we created that platform and say, hey, take your retirement money, put it into this real asset, not a piece of paper, this real asset that distributes cash flow now, right now, not 30 years from now, that you can live off of, improve the quality of your life, buy a car, rent your place, buy a home, whatever. It supports people in their payments.
Okay.
And people are responding to it.
Obviously.
And the JP Morgans and the Goldmans and the Wall Street guys that they just basically ignored retail investors.
Yeah. Well, this is the problem. It's called the innovator's dilemma. I worked in Wall Street for 15 years, right? That's why I'm in London. I came here to do credit derivatives with all the institutions. So my clients used to be Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, and on Wall Street I traded derivatives. So I know that whole business. And funny enough, Grant, now the last 3 years I've gone in to crypto. What crypto shows you is how much the banking system rips out of the economy.
Yeah.
Between 6 and 8% of global GDP is stolen from banking institutions. And I always tell my students, and you don't even know it, right? They take it from you and you don't even know it.
Right.
And it's all basically a racket, is Wall Street.
It is a total racket.
It's a total racket. There's a lot of rackets out there.
There's some simple indications, right? When you drop off money at, let's say, a bank. First of all, you go there, they're open at 9 o'clock in the morning. They're closed at 5 o'clock. Most of the day they're closed. You can't really get anything from them, okay? You drop the money off. You can't get it on the weekends. If you're using an ATM machine at 4 o'clock in the morning, you know it's not good for you. They say they're going to pay you 1 or 2%, but the truth is they're going to charge you over 1 or 2% just to keep your money at the bank. You don't make any money. It is a complete racket.
Right. And they don't give you your cash when you want it back.
Yeah. If you want your cash, if you go in there
so hard.
72 hours later and say, I want my 100 grand back, you cannot get that 100 grand. You're going to probably wait 3 days to get it back.
Yeah.
So it is absolutely a racket. Not to mention, that's the first level. Then the second level is they're going to take my 100 grand. They're going to lend it out to 10 other guys. They're going to say that's $1 million worth of assets on their books. I think this year we have 300 bank failures in America.
Wow.
Okay. The books are so out of balance right now. There's $800 billion worth of debt coming due just in the apartment category. That debt's coming due this year, and JP and Goldman, all these big names have to pay. And so banks are tied to all that. Pension funds are tied to all that, and it's going to create a big opportunity. But in the meantime, it's going to create a crisis for a lot of people.
All right, so we're going to see big defaults like '08, but not from the consumers, but from the institutions.
Institutions, and that's going to require more printing of money. The U.S. is like $34 trillion in debt. I think I saw something earlier this morning where we literally need another $1 trillion. What was the number? Was it $1 trillion? Yeah, another $1 trillion every 100 days.
Okay.
To service debt. So every 100 days, 3 times a year, 34 trillion will become 37 trillion. 37 becomes 40 trillion. 40, what's going to happen here? You got to keep printing money. So where do I want to be? I want to be in real assets. Right. I want to be in Bitcoin. Absolutely. I'd want to be gold and silver, not so much for me because it doesn't do anything.
Right.
I don't get it. Right. You can always get more gold. There's more gold. They've been finding gold for my whole lifetime. So, and nobody's ever traded with me. And the real estate, the people got to have a place to live.
Right. Do you think the public is waking up to the fact that they need real assets? I mean, for the first time in maybe years, people talk more about money printing, talk about inflation. Do you think people get it, or your average guy?
Yeah, I think people are angry about it, but I don't think they really get it.
They don't understand.
I think they're like, they don't want to confront the scam. So they just keep saving money at the bank.
Right.
The best somebody's going to do is, I'm saving my money. You're not saving your money. Your money's going down in value. Not to mention the depreciate every time they print. By the way, I don't mind if they print. I get excited.
When they print money?
I love it.
Okay.
Because I know I'm going to get more.
Right. Because people have more money and they're going
to spend it.
You
got more money, bro. I'm going to get more money.
Right.
So print it. Because a hustler doesn't mind. Like if you know how to go get money, you actually want more money in the system. The other side of that is if you own assets, you want printing. Okay, wealthy people want the print because the print means the assets they own go up in value.
Right. The people that don't want to print are the lower classes and people with savings.
Yeah, because your groceries are going up, your rent's going up, your electricity's going up. If you're a saver, you don't want inflation.
Okay.
If you're an investor, you want it.
Talk to me about this upcoming crisis, because '08 was hard on you, and you're always really honest about how hard it was. And the conclusion you made, I think with Elena, was we were going to get so big where that's never going to happen to me again. And it feels like you've been doing that the last, 16 years?
Yeah.
Trying to get so big.
Yeah.
Have you done what you wanted to do? And are you ready for this next one?
I am definitely ready for this.
Because you're wiser.
Yeah, I'm wiser and I'm more courageous. And I'm more confident in my strategy, right?
Okay.
And I just didn't have that then. I didn't have complete confidence. And that confidence just comes from doing deals over and over, making mistakes and recovering from the mistake. Like making a mistake is not really where I hear people say, hey, I learn most from my mistakes. I learn nothing from success. I learn a lot from success. Like when I'm successful, I learn a lot. I'm like, dang, do that shit again. Like go hard on that again. Do that exact thing Right again. It's not it's not like wear that same underwear. Like do whatever you said, repeat it. That activity worked, right? So I do learn something from success. And on the failure side, I don't really learn from failure like, oh wow, I screwed up. But I do learn because I picked myself up and the failure didn't kill me. And that creates this, oh wow, it'd be like getting in a fight, getting beat up. If that's never happened to you, you're really worried about it. But once you get beat up once, you ever been beat up?
Yeah, as a young kid.
Yeah, I've been beat up
and then
many
martial
times.
arts training, I got beat up a lot.
Well, there you go. So,
Yeah.
so it's like, okay, once I know what a hit feels like, I'm not as scared of it.
Yeah.
It's because I know it's not going to kill me.
Okay. So you're going big now.
So 2008, yeah, it was like, okay, I just got played with. And a bank failed. A new bigger guy came in. They started pushing me around because I owed them money and they start shoving me. And I'm like, and I had money to pay the bills. I was never late. The loan was technically a good loan. And they just started pushing and shoving on me. And I'm like, okay, I'm never going to be in this position again. And the way to not be in that position is to own so many assets. I know this is very difficult and kind of out of reach for a lot of people to listen to, like, how are you going to get there? Well, the same way I wasn't there 16 years ago, which seemed like yesterday.
Okay.
So
acquire assets. That's what they need to do.
You
Real
have
assets.
to acquire. Don't buy stuff. Don't buy stuff. Okay. Buy assets and own real buildings that you can control or a real business. The buildings are better because the business is going to die.
Okay. Right. But the buildings won't. Is it true you make yourself broke now every single year or every single quarter?
Yeah, I do.
You take any extra cash you got and you put it into things you can't touch.
Yep.
And then you got to start again.
I'm into illiquidity.
You love it because it pushes
I love
you.
being illiquid because the banks tell you to be liquid.
Right.
Wall Street says be liquid. But when you're liquid, you're a target, right? So if I go to Starbucks this morning, I don't have any money in my pocket. So if we go to Starbucks, you and I go over there, guess what? I can't pay because I'm not liquid.
Right.
So I got to lean on my guy, Brian, and say, Brian, you mind picking this one up? I never have any money. So I don't want cash in the bank. I don't want money in an account over here. I don't even want 90 days of savings for the emergency account. That's so recommended by all the financial gurus and consultants and whatever they call themselves.
Because you'll end up spending that on something you shouldn't.
Bro, look,
Not an
you're
asset.
literally pulling the law of attraction into you by having 90 days of savings.
Okay.
You're literally saying,
I'm going to fail.
I need an emergency.
Okay. It's well said, man. It's
I
the
have to
opposite.
have an emergency. I have it funded. I'm ready to go. Somebody's going to steal the money from you. It's definitely going to depreciate. Hopefully you never have an emergency. So then it was just a waste and it should have been invested.
Quotes I always get from you is money is useless until it's being used.
That's right.
And you always say, would you rather have $1 billion or $1 billion friends?
Yeah.
Both of those to me relate to this concept of cash flow that you've pushed, as in, is it cash or is it cash flow? This is the story of you, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And yet we're all brought up to value cash.
Yeah,
Even in the rap
cash is
videos,
king.
it's like, look at my $100 bills, look at my 100 bands, is that what they call it?
Yeah.
When in fact, that's the trash. What you want is something that spits that out every year,
Yeah, well, every month.
every month.
Because that's what my bills are due every month. They're not due annually.
Okay. And that's
So
why you
what I
pay
want
more.
is I want that recurring thing. I want that thing. So because most people are not disciplined with money, including myself. Like I'm not like you give me a bunch of watches. I'm going to admire them for a couple of days and I'm going to forget I have them. How many suits do you have?
a lot.
A lot.
Right. But I stopped
Like,
trying
dude,
to stop
I
buying
wouldn't
them.
go to your tailor just because I can't imagine managing all the suits. Like, which one am I going to wear today? It's just too complicated for me, right?
It's not that hard.
Yeah, but
But you're saying everybody lacks discipline when it comes to money. So
Of
just
course.
put it away from yourself.
so what I don't want to manage the watches, right? It's not that I don't like watches or I don't want to have to manage them.
Right.
And I'm worried about the watches because somebody's going to come grab one or break one or whatever.
So mental bandwidth you would rather have working on your business, not worrying about watches.
I want a drip coming in every month. I want drips that are independent of me having to work. When my dad died, I was 10 years old. The money stopped that week. It didn't stop a month later. He didn't have, okay, we're going to give you 12 months of severance. When you die, bro, the severance is immediate. And so the income stopped. And when the income stopped, I saw my mom transform. I didn't know what I was seeing at the time because I was only 10. But there was terror.
Right.
And she started, and I could feel her. She started scrambling. I got to sell the house. Okay. We got to sell the car. We got to go buy a new house. She called it, going down. What's that called? We got to
downsizing.
Downsize.
Okay.
None of this sounded good to me.
No.
We were out in the country, man. We had 2 acres of land. I'm out running, having fun time. Now we got to go into the city next to the school, the prison. And I'm like, okay, what happened here? And as I grew older, I looked back and said, oh, the income stopped. Yeah, my dad died, but the income stopped. That dependable. Now we're all going to die. So like I've been planning since I was 10, how do I get income that I earn? How do I invest that in something so that it pays me when I can't earn?
Okay.
And to me, that is the most important money on planet Earth. Like until you're wealthy and you can borrow against assets and, until you're super wealthy, you don't worry about money anymore. I mean, the wealthy don't even have incomes. They just have drips.
Right.
This money coming in, and that's what I live off of. So I stay, back to your point about I go broke. I'd like to go broke more often.
Okay.
I have a bunch of money right now. I can't get rid of it.
All right.
But I would love to get it to zero, because until it's zero, it could be stolen.
Okay. Stolen in so many ways, right?
Inflation.
Printing money steals it. Anything. You spend it on stuff you shouldn't.
The bank fails. I can't get it.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody forgot we had the largest bank failure in the history of this planet less than 15 months ago.
So was that Republic Bank? Or
SVB.
Silicon Valley Bank almost failed. Well, it failed, really. Yeah.
That was the biggest bank failure.
That was shocking.
And then it came over here. What was the big group that failed over here?
Oh, there was another one that failed.
Big name, dude. Massive.
Was it Insurer?
Credit Suisse?
No. Oh, yeah. Credit Suisse. Yeah, of course. Well, used to be one of my clients.
Like it's one of the biggest names in the world.
Yeah.
Here we are 15 months later. It's like nobody even knows it happened.
And stock markets are all-time highs.
It's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
All that's paper.
All that's paper, yeah. And
all of it's driven by 7 stocks.
Yeah. True.
Okay. So if you're on those 7, you lost money last year.
Right.
While rents went up 9%. By the way, for the last 40 years, rent increases alone have outperformed the stock market for 40 years. Without the appreciation of the property, just the rent. But most people don't do that.
Right.
They're like, I can't be a landlord.
And so this year, you're waiting for those things to fail, and you're going to come in and scoop up all sorts of distressed assets.
We're going to scoop.
And from traditional players.
So it's scoop and keep.
It's payback time, basically.
We don't scoop and dump. We scoop and keep. Yeah, I'm gonna destroy these guys.
Okay.
And I feel good about it. I have a chip on my shoulder. I have something to prove. This is a Robin Hood investment moment.
Really?
1,000%. And unfortunately, most people are going to miss it because they're still looking to buy a house.
Okay. And that's the worst thing.
Which is so like, I'm looking for my house. I'm looking for my house. I'm looking for my car. I'm looking for my car. I'm looking for my suit. Like, if you're really that committed to those things, you should go buy a car dealership and get a free car. Like, invest in the dealership. If you're looking, rather than buying a car, go invest in the neighborhood. Buy the neighborhood. Figure out how to put some buddies together. Anybody can do what I've done. Like, it's not, you could be a young black kid, 20 years old, coming out of inner city Baltimore or the worst parts of London or whatever. If you lock in on how wealth is created, it is not created because you go get a job. And it's certainly not created because you don't work. So there's got to be some other, like, puzzle that we all need to figure out other than I'm not going to work and bitch, or I'm going to work really hard and earn a bunch of money. Because they're just going to take it from you anyway.
Well, we've been brainwashed.
Yeah,
right? We've been brainwashed that you got to buy a home, and you got to save your money.
And you deserve to buy a home too.
Yeah, I mean, that's a serious brainwashing. And everything it reinforces it, including the mainstream media, the school system, everything. And so people don't know. They're mindlessly walking through life without zooming out and saying, wait a second, this doesn't make any sense. And that's what the wealthy do best, is that they look at assets, not liabilities, masquerading as assets.
Yeah, and they actually study the money game. So that when you're saying it's a scam, and when you use words like there's a trap and people are brainwashed, and this is not a conspiracy, this is real.
Yeah.
And it's been real for thousands of years.
Yeah. Or at least
So
five.
that's why I always like coming here, because you're so woken up. Not woke,
You
but
call me
woken.
woke? Do you think you can pull this off, or will the system ultimately try to shut you down? Is it trying to shut you down, or are they not that smart or coordinated?
Well, first of all, in the beginning, what they always do is ignore you. Okay, this is the most painful part of the process. It's not the rejection. It's they ignore you. They mistreat you, and that hurts a lot of people. You know I've always been ignored, always been, underestimated, or, misunderstood, and part of that is my fault, right? The way I present. But, some people just fail, like they just stop because of that, because they never could get the attention. And then other people are like, oh, I'm going to do something different here. Now I really have a reason to get their attention. So like these institutions that we're dealing with, we don't sell assets. Like, I have enough right now, I could go to one group and say, here. But that would feed them, right? Then they'd throw me away. So like, I don't use them for money either. I don't go to them and say, hey, can you give me, let's partnership. Because if I do that, I feed them.
Okay.
So what I do is I starve the beast, right? And what I do is I accumulate the things I know they want. They're basically a target for me. So they're either a target that I'm going to sell to in the future. They like big meals, as you know.
Right.
Big, giant meals.
Right.
The bigger, the better.
They want to take on a huge chunk of assets, and you'll have that in the future.
These people think so big.
Yeah.
Right? They think in trillions. How do I take $1 trillion bites? I think BlackRock is trying to snuff out Blackstone right now.
Really?
That's what I think's happening.
Okay.
Because they could consume the whole company if they could put enough pressure on them. So I was just saying, so I can't feed them and I can't do business with them right now. So what I do is I buy their assets. Now, I didn't know this moment was going to happen, which means the institutions were going to look up in 2024 and say, we have a problem now. We have a 2008 problem. And it's bigger than 2008. Now, my biggest concern, Brian, is that it's so big. It's coming due now. You're going to start seeing it in the paper. You'll see it in the Wall Street Journal. You'll see it in Barron's. All this debt's coming due. I think it's so big that the federal government could step in and say, hey, look, extend everything for everyone. Because this isn't Mr. Smith and his wife that have a loan due of $400,000. Right. This is Goldstone, I'm making up names, Bluestone, Yellow Man. Like these are the biggest institutions in the world that have hundreds of billions of dollars of debt coming due right now.
Right. Just like they saved Silicon Valley Bank, they'll save these other ones somehow.
Or, there's just not enough liquidity to buy all this.
Okay. Do you need to raise
because
money?
Once, let's say a group like, I'm trying not to use names so I don't get in trouble with these people, because I'm going to do business with them at some point.
Okay, all right. Big institution.
Big, giant institution. Yeah. Okay. The moment they mark down 10 deals of their, let's say, 30,000 deals, which they would have. I have 39 deals. They have 39,000. The moment they mark down 10 deals and dump them, they have to mark down the rest of their book.
Right.
It becomes a contagion that is so massive. And once one company marks down, their neighbor marks down. These guys, as you know, they're all connected. Yeah. That's why they all are in the same location in New York, because they're passing books, passing assets, working deals out. Unfortunately, pension funds get affected. That's the average everyday person that trusted their money at CalPERS or wherever it went to. Banks will be affected. We have 4,700 banks in America. What do you have here?
It's like 1,000, maybe 1,500. Yeah.
We've never had 3 bank failures only without it swelling to hundreds. And so I think that's what happens now. And the government could step in and just say, you know what, just add a couple years to everything.
Okay, would that mess up your plans?
Oh yeah, that fucked my plan up bad time.
Now where do you get all this capital from? Because you might need billions and billions or tens of billions of dollars to scoop in.
From my friends.
Your network?
From the people that love me on social media and that don't want to, they want to be involved in the real estate game, but they don't have the time, the energy, the inclination. They don't want to manage. They don't want to evict people. Okay. They don't want to go negotiate these deals. And so we buy these big, massive, beautiful, unbelievable, well-located buildings from institutions. I buy the deal, and then I open it up to my audience and say, you want in?
And they're hungry for more. your audience?
Oh yeah, I just need to tell more people about it.
Okay. And
I'm raising more money right now than we ever have.
Okay, for Cardone Capital, right?
Yeah, for Cardone Capital.
Okay.
Now the institutions can't raise money right now.
It's interesting, isn't
They
it?
can't raise money. They can't match. They can't meet their distributions. Our distributions are up, not down. They can't do redemptions. Okay. And what's happened here is these giants all play with giants. They've been very exclusive. Okay. I'm democratizing to an audience that needs it, and they were exclusive.
Yeah.
And basically preyed on one another for the deals. It excluded guys like me. Wouldn't even talk to me. Wouldn't return my phone calls. It's just Goldman and Blackie and da. These big giants just passing the monopoly board. You couldn't even sit at the table with them. And guess what? Now happened. We went from a 3% interest rate to a 7%, and all those guys were moving their little freaking things around, and they looked up and said, hey, can you help me out here? I got my own problems, bro.
Right.
Can you help me out over here? The calls they used to make to bail each other out, those calls aren't there, but I am.
This is fascinating.
Now I get an invitation. I've had, like, if I want a meeting with these guys now I can sit down with them.
Okay. So you just had a flashback for me. I did a small version of this 3 years ago with something I called London Real Ventures. Now, we were looking at the crypto market, which did really, really well. And all of the big VC players, all because they talked to each other, they invested in the FTXs of the world and all these multi-billion-dollar things that crashed.
Yeah.
Now, I was a smaller player. I couldn't get access to that, right? And so when the market crashed, I had a bunch of my people. I got 100 of my hardcore London Realers that invest alongside of me. And so when the market crashed, the institutions, they couldn't spend a dime. They were marked down 20, 30%.
Yeah.
They were in pain. And it turns out that our checks were the only ones in the industry. Now, my base didn't get wrecked because they never got access to those deals.
Yeah.
And so we invested all through this bear market, scooping up deals here and there.
Wow.
Because there was no capital out there, especially in blockchain for these big players. Now that it's coming back, we're in a similar situation where we bought the lows. And it's because I had a different investor base, just like you, of these people that never got access, so they never got burned.
Yeah.
And now we're trying to change the game in that sense. So I see what you're doing.
Yeah. And this is good for people.
Yes. It's
Now,
perfect.
unfortunately, there will be people that, misuse the system and take advantage of investors. But look, hey, Wall Street's been taking advantage of investors for so long, man. These people, the company Brookfield, I think it's Brookfield. I don't know if Ryan's here yet, but they wrote off $500 billion off their books as losses last year, and it's not even reported. It's a non-event.
Yeah.
And they're doing business the next day. They're like, yeah, that's $500 billion. All these groups that I've mentioned have no money invested in these deals. All this money is 100%, probably 110% raised from everyday people that have no idea what they're invested in. You have no idea what stocks are you invested in, what companies. You're just funding the war machine, the big pharma machine. Okay, I mean, Kellogg's is talking about you should have breakfast for dinner now. You see that?
No, is that a way of saving money?
That's the new thing, bro. Bro, your Cheerios should become your dinner. And you got to know that they had a call with Big Pharma before that. Yeah, let's get them sicker quicker. That's going to be the new program, sicker quicker, forever. So people got to wake up to this. That's why I love your show, man, because look, you're getting sick because of what you eat. Okay? Like in America, my new thesis on America is with 800 million arms, nobody's really worried about how many weapons that we have in America because they're just going to medicate and obesity everybody so you can't get your gun. That would be the way to actually calm down the most armed nation on planet Earth.
Gotcha.
Through Big Pharma.
Right. And then Big Pharma is in cahoots with big media, which is in cahoots with big food and banking,
big banks,
and the government.
Just listen to me, son.
Yeah.
Save your money at Wells Fargo.
Yeah. And it all goes round.
We're your
and around
neighborhood
and around.
community bank.
Right.
And it's the hypnotism in the ads.
Yeah.
You can hear it in the ads.
Yeah. Yeah. But people are waking up a little bit. And thanks to I'd say COVID, and lockdown, some people saw through the matrix.
Yeah.
And now they're starting to see it everywhere. I mean, people used to trust their doctor with anything they said.
Yeah.
People used to trick their banker with anything they said. People used to trust their senators and congressmen with anything he said.
Yeah.
I think people are now, wait a second.
COVID was a godsend.
Yeah.
I think COVID was a way better thing for people than people are looking at.
I think you're right. Because they didn't succeed and we could see it for what it was.
Yeah.
You could see a glitch. And now a lot of people, not everyone, are questioning everything. And now as you go to democratize all of this stuff, that's a way of cutting out these middlemen that have been there for hundreds of years or since the Medicis did this in 1500s.
Yeah.
So I like that you're doing that.
Yeah.
You talked about chip on your shoulder.
Yeah.
You still got a chip?
Sure,
at 65?
Dude. Of course, man. And when am I going to grow up? No, probably not.
Where's this chip coming from? And you always told me, you always said, how can I do business with you if I don't know you?
Yeah.
You know, and then that's all about you making enough noise to people know who you are so they can do business with you.
I mean, yeah, I think the chip is because it's being ignored forever, man. Like, you know, it's either like, okay, I don't know you, I've never heard of you. We came to London to do these big meetings with a bunch of insurance companies. I'm on the phone with a guy today. We just flew in. He's like, man, these people know you. Well, these are insurance companies. They shouldn't know me. Is he really going to be at the meeting? That's what they're asking this guy. These are old 60, 70-year-old guys in insurance.
Okay.
Like, these are boring people, right?
Okay.
I'm that's what I'm thinking. I haven't met them yet, but
They're
I
probably
imagine,
watching this now.
well, the meeting, I'll do the meeting and then they'll see it. But they know me. Like, there's no way that doesn't help me.
Right.
Right? Now, unfortunately, 16 years ago, nobody knew me.
Okay. How do these guys know you? How's a 70-year-old British
I have no
insurance
clue. His kid?
C-level, his kid, yeah.
I don't know. I'll find out in the meetings.
Yeah, but that helps you. Yeah.
I think it helps me.
It does help you.
There's no way I go into a meeting a little known, even misunderstood is better than not known.
Definitely. Yeah. And again, I took a bunch of pages from your book.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot about this. And now when I go into my deals, they've seen me running for mayor. They've seen me doing this broadcast. And it makes everything 20 times easier.
Yeah.
Oh, blah, blah, I'm chatting away. Oh, by the way, I really like your content. Or
Yeah.
I saw you do this or whatever. And then all of a sudden.
Even if it was negative, the first impression was negative.
Right.
It tends to benefit me.
Right. Okay.
Because then they're like, oh, dude, like, you're a nicer guy than I thought you were.
It's all part of your grand plan at the end of the
Not
day.
really. Not really, dude. It was just a push and shove.
Okay.
It was just, okay, they ignored me. Okay, I need to try something else or go talk to somebody that does know me. And then the chip, you know, like the people that know me, I had a guy text me 2 days ago and he's like, he sent me a picture of my plane sitting at the airport where we park our plane. And he pulled up next to me. So, and I think he's got a 550. And he took a picture of the plane. He's like, man, I am so proud of your success. Well, he remembers me, bro, when I was 30 years old. I was hustling him for a $200 product. And he's the son of a car dealer. They extremely successful. And he'd been watching me for 30 years, flying commercial on Southwest Airlines, sitting in the back, working car dealers, working at 10 o'clock at night, calling on these guys, being mistreated by these people, being ignored, being rejected. And then he pulls up to my plane the other day and says, wow, dude. I mean, the beautiful thing for me, like the most exciting fans, if you will, that I have are the ones that saw the whole journey.
Right. Right.
You know, because him and his family ignored me. They ignored me. They rejected me. They turned me down. It's cool now, but
They should have back then.
no, they should have listened to me. I could help them. I could have helped them even then.
Right.
Like I had some good stuff to share with people, right? So, but everything was about a transaction then for me. Like I was hustling transaction. I even used the word hustle. It was a hustle. I'm trying to get money, man. I was literally like, it was clear. It was on my face. I was a predator. Like I was in the hunt, trying to prepare to take care of my family or my future family that I didn't even have yet.
Right.
And so it was a hustle for me and a grind. And they could see that. They could feel that coming off of me. It was very, very transactional. But fast forward 30 years, I'm transformed into a different person, to not just being a hustler, but finally an investor and a proven businessman.
Right.
And that gives me a lot of satisfaction. Okay.
You like that more than anything.
Dude, that's better than the money. He saw what I did.
Right. But nobody sees what you do. Very few people know the whole story of Grant Cardone.
Yeah, that's true.
And now you're bigger
Because
than...
they come in late.
They come in late. Look, I didn't even know the story, and this is true story here. 6 years ago, you came on my show. It was like June 18, 2018. The night before, I look at my team. I say, "Who the fuck is this guy? We got this guy with the stands on top of his plane. And you roll up and you sit in that chair. I kid you not, Grant. 14 minutes in, you're talking about 25 years old, drug addicted, getting beat up by my dealers, all this lowest of the low. And I was like, this guy is as real as they come. This guy's paid the dues. This guy's been through the journey.
Thank you.
And I was just like, man, I literally had never flipped that quick on somebody.
Wow.
And I thought, wow, this guy's the real deal. He's London real through and through. And then a year later, you came back. We talked again. We talked to Elena. And ever since then, I'm just like, you guys are out there repping all the time.
Yeah.
And yet, because you try to get your image out there, most people's first impression is this guy's brash. Because if it wasn't, you wouldn't be doing enough. Because that means you get more exposure.
Yeah.
And so along with your now success, you get haters.
Yeah. Right. We get a lot of haters, man.
Now you once said to me.
Let me just go back on that, because in the beginning, you don't know how to get attention.
Right.
Like there's no format here. Everybody's going to have a different way to get it.
Okay. All right.
You could do a course, you could educate. Whatever you're going to do, you got to do it consistently. Okay. And then when you're doing something consistently and you're looking up and saying, I got one viewer. I have one person watching me. Okay. Now I have two and I'm one of them. Like it's not going to, you're not going to explode.
Right.
If you end up with a viral video from the get-go, you're probably going to burn out. You're going to probably burn and crash here in 90 days.
Right.
I never looked for the viral. I'm like, I got to keep dropping content. Now, when you're dropping that content and you're watching what worked or didn't work, that didn't work, then you start becoming like anxious. And that's what happened to me. I became anxious. Okay, what do I need to do? Like, what do I need to do to get their attention? How do I get somebody to stop? Hey, stop right now. You know, like we started trying other stuff. The cars and the planes and all that. I hate all that. I actually hate it. But my team says it does well.
You hate recording it. You hate doing it.
It just feels like, look at my shit. That's not really who I am. Okay. I'm not that guy really.
I believe you.
Okay. I do want to be seen.
Yeah.
I do want attention, but it's not, I don't want attention from my car that I own. You know?
You want attention for your accomplishments.
Yeah, 100%. That's my love language.
But you know that the attention comes from flouting the bling. That's what gets
even
people's
controversy.
attention. Right.
You know?
Right.
Even arguing with people. Like some of this stuff is just creates, it creates polarities. And okay, I want to be on this side or that side.
Right.
But at least they'll remember what side they're on.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not my side, but they'll remember my name now. That's why I said sometime walking into a meeting and they think I'm brash and arrogant or show off. And then I walk in and I'm like, wow, man. I remember the first time I met Donald Trump. You know, I was a fan of his, but I'm not a fanboy, you know. But when I met him, I became actually really liked him because I didn't know how much he actually cared about other people. I didn't know that until I met him. And he was interested in me. You're never going to see that on TV. Yeah. He's reading off a teleprompter, doing a speech to 38,000 people. And the same thing for me, and the same thing for anybody watching right now. You're in the beginning, you're invisible. Okay? Then maybe they see you, but they don't really give you what you deserve. They throw you in a batch with a bunch of other people that have called on them, vendors, whatever. So you're just kind of the same as everybody else. And so when you punch through, they're going to either like, oh, I really like what you do. Great. Now you got to duplicate that. You got to do that a bunch of times. Or they're not going to respond to you. And you got to figure out, how do I get these people to remember me? And so that's all I was trying to do with the social media 16 years ago.
But you wouldn't do it any different. Because every time you get that attention, that's like money in the bank. That's cash flow in the bank. Even better.
Would I do it any different? Yeah, I would definitely do. My whole career would be different.
Really?
There's so many things I would do different.
But social media, would you do all that stuff different? Because it worked.
Well, I don't know that I'd even do it.
Okay. You might not do it?
Might not even do it.
But then you wouldn't have the people. They wouldn't know who you are. You wouldn't do the business.
Yeah, well, because I would probably just do the Wall Street thing.
Oh, really?
Take the big shortcut.
Oh, okay. I tried that for a while. It's not that fulfilling, though.
Probably wouldn't. I'm probably too spiritually awake to
You'd
do
be
that.
depressed. I got really depressed in that lifestyle.
Yeah.
Really depressed. And I'm never depressed.
Yeah.
So it looks good.
Yeah.
It's good money. It was quick money back then. But is no purpose to it. There's
Yeah.
no greater humanity to it.
Yeah.
So you get the haters, and now you got even more.
Yeah.
Is that just a consequence of you getting bigger? Or is it also the fact that the career of being a hater has gotten bigger? Because it has. People know they can make a 6-figure income by just making videos about people.
That's interesting. I've never heard that.
Right?
To continue watching the rest of the episode for free, visit our website londonreal.tv or click the link in the description below.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real. And he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. Hey, it's Brian Rose, founder of the DeFi Academy. I've told you my 4-week crypto bootcamp is amazing, but don't take my word for it. This is what my students are saying.
The DeFi Academy was an amazing experience for me. It took me totally out of my comfort zone.
In this course, I was challenged, I was held accountable, and pushed to do things that honestly weren't always easy.
It's been phenomenal, and I can't believe we're already up on our 4 weeks. It has flown by.
Going through this DeFi accelerator by far was one of the best courses I've taken.
You do this course, you really get into the nitty-gritty of the activities that will make you comfortable with decentralized finance.
Thank you so much to Brian and everyone at London Real and the DeFi Academy for even putting together an amazing course like this.
Anybody else that wants to do it, please sign up. It is well worth the money.